Greetings to all of you. My dear sisters and brothers and my dear friends, a warm welcome to all of you from your pastor, Jenny. Before we start our broadcasting, I want to say that in 2 days I'm going to leave to the United States. And so that means that normally I stop on Friday for my broadcasting in the weekends. But that will mean that I will come back next week on Tuesday, on the 10th of October. So in the meanwhile, there is much to go on in other sessions and other studies of meditation. So it's not the end of my broadcasting. I always say that to remind you that it's not the end, just a stop because I'm traveling. So come with me in growing in grace. And for today, it's the real story. For in Him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or powers or rulers or authorities. All things have been created through Him and for Him. He is before all things, and in Him all things hold together. Colossians 1, verses 16 to 17. The reason many people are confused today is because they are not getting the real story. So, not the real story about how everything began. Our entire educational system is teaching young people that everything just happened. The most popular view is called the Big Bang Theory. But is that the real story? No wonder people are confused, yes, and even Christians. What is the real story? First, God created all things. God created us and everything around us. It is not a fairy tale, it is a fact. Let's face it. Most of us have never spent enough time studying the 4 most important words that are the key to believing everything about creation. In the beginning, God. Genesis 1, verse 1. The Bible makes it clear that things in heaven, earth, visible and invisible, were all created by God. Once you get past Genesis 1, verse 1, everything falls into place. Second, God claims all things. All things were created by God, and at the same time, all things were created for Him. Why is that important? This fact helps us remove the selfish mindset we have toward our own things. He allows us to be stewards and to rule over things, but He reminds us that these things were created for His good pleasure. If it is not for His glory, then it is all empty and useless. Third, God controls all things. For many Christians, that statement is hard to believe. Sure, we have free will, but things created by God are things controlled by Him. He holds all things together. So before we blame everything on the devil and give him more credit than he deserves, we must remember God is ultimately in control. He is never confused or in doubt as to what to do. The next time you turn on the television and hear about the latest pandemic or the latest scandal, remember you don't have to live in fear. God is in control. The next time some well-meaning persons will tell you a particular country is about to build a nuclear bomb, remember God is in control. And these are not just easy words. We know how much damage it already brought so many decades ago. The greatest cure for worry and fear is the very first statement in the Bible. Read it and get the real story. Father, please remind me and all of those who are listening of your truth every time I feel afraid or in doubt. Amen. The Lord bless you and protect you. The Lord deal kindly and graciously with you. The Lord bestow his favor upon you and grant you peace. Blessings to all of you, my dear ones. This is your Pastor Yeti. I bless you in the weekend to come. And I bless you even much more further than the weekend. And we hear each other in a couple of days when I set my foot on California ground. Bye. This is your Pastor Yeti.